Good morning, guys. This is Coach Hags coming to you from the beautiful Kyoto. This is a range that's very close to the range where the European Champs are going to be held. Today we're going to talk about transitions. There are two parts to this video, so this will be part one. Part two will be discussing another part of transitions. In this part, we're going to talk about transitions where the targets are under 90-degree angle away from each other. So what is 90 degrees? Well, if you put your arm out in line with your shoulder, that forms your one angle, and straight out there, here's your 90 degrees. So any targets within that 90-degree angle, we're going to use this technique to engage them. And the technique we use when the angle is 90 degrees or less is to keep the firearm out, fully extended. In other words, we do not bring our arms in. Why do we bring our arms in? Well, when we've got a greater angle than 90 degrees, the weight at the end of our arms acts like a pendulum, and swinging from one target to the next, that pendulum wants to keep going, which delays us in acquiring our sight picture and firing the shot. So in part one, we're going to only discuss targets within the 90-degree angle. Now, during the transition, the most important thing for me, other than my platform, my shooting platform, my stance, and my grip, I want to be able to engage the target, and I want my eyes to snap or my head to snap, depending on the angle, before my gun leaves. In other words, I'm not working like a turret from the hips, maintaining my sight picture as I transition. That's too slow. I want to engage the target, I want my eyes to pick up the next target, and I want my gun to follow. That way, with a visual on the A zone of the target I'm going to engage, or the spot on the A zone that I want to engage, my gun will naturally come to that point. And we will do the live exercise now. The points I want to repeat are that if the angle of the targets are under 90 degrees, up to 90 and under, we do not pull our arms in. We maintain the firearm at full length. We engage our target, our eyes move in their sockets, or your whole head moves to the next target and your gun follows. Let's do the live exercise. Okay, guys, we've set up the stage so that we've got one target on the right and one target on the left. You can do this dry fire at home as well. You don't need to shoot rounds for this, but obviously live fire is much, much better, so you can manage your recoil management and your trigger control as well. And you can see what your hits are on the target, which is very, very important. What we're going to do here when we train this is we're going to draw the firearm. We're going to engage two alphas on the target, and then we're going to snap our head and eyes to the next target. And we're going to be looking at the spot we want our sights to land and fire another 2 shots. We're not going to stop there with only 4 shots. We're going to continue with the practice and snap back to the first target, and so on. We will continue until our mag is empty. That's how you train transitions. Use a whole mag on the transition practice, and then assess your score and your hits and reload and do it again and start from left and go to right this time. The key element to remember here is, because it's under 90 degrees angle, both targets that I'm going to engage are within 90 degrees, they're less than 90 degrees, is to keep the gun out. Do not pull it in. And the other thing to remember is that you want to snap your eyes to the next target, so that you're looking at the spot you want your sights to land for the next shots. Okay, so I hope that demonstrates how I train transitions and what the method is for targets that are within the 90-degree angle, up to 90 degrees, and to continually do the transition until your magazine is empty. That way you burn it in. You can also do this in dry fire, as I said earlier. I'll just have a quick look at the targets. We've got 4 nice alphas here, 1 nice double. So the sights are stopping exactly where I want them to stop on each target, because I'm looking at the spot that I want the sights to stop on. I'm not following my sights in the transition like a turret on a tank. My eyes are leaving my sight picture and going to the next point I want to engage. And 4 nice alphas here too. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching, and we will do a part 2 shortly to explain what we do when the angle is greater than 90 degrees. Thank you.